Hello everyone, SpeeDMan here, and welcome back to part 7 of our Let's Learn Civilization 6 Korea run. Today's episode, I'm going to continue where we left off here, with our focus here to take a look and see what we can do to navigate this next dark age. It's going to be kind of another tough one. We are going to try to eventually set up for a heroic age, but the industrial era going into modern era is going to be kind of tough. Just not very many turns to get 5 era score to cut even here. What we're going to do, though, otherwise, is we're going to continue setting up some more expansions here. Let's go ahead and actually get that camp going. It's better that we actually get that growth in the city, given that the city is a very low speed city from a growth standpoint. We will use another use here to kind of develop that tile. We'll need to continue kind of working up the loyalty pressure. So in order to do that, we will need to see. Yes, so bread and circuses will be a key aspect of that. We're going to go ahead and start queuing that up.
Chemistry.
Mountains that brought
Okay, so we just got a nice harbor here. Perfect. Okay, and since that harbor is done now, that city is going to have much better growth potential. So we can go ahead and actually, we will buy that. It'll help the city grow much better. That is actually not gaining any turns of benefit, so we're just going to go back to the harbor. And then what we will do is, since this city is now properly losing a lot more loyalty pressure, we'll continue trying to grow these cities. That city is doing a-okay. Let's take a look here and see what kind of era. Okay, cool. So Tamar is in another normal age, and we are in a normal age, so she cannot provide loyalty pressure towards us. That's going to hurt us. Um, Brazil here is not either in this case because Brazil is also allied with us, so it should not be an issue. We will want to get that settler down soon. So once we have Amani, actually, that'll help boost that process up a little bit more. And then once we have Magnus here, we'll go ahead and buy the settler with Magnus and just ship this person up here. And then we'll get started on another city. And that'll be our final city for the run. Won't need any more outside of this city that's converting. And then we'll be set. I could buy the shipyard or either buy it or go for it. I mean, it's not a bad buy. It actually would give us a nice boost of our gold income. 12 gold per turn, 1160. It would definitely help. It would provide us with a better means of production as well. And then production on all unimproved coast and lake tiles. There are quite a few. So we could pick that up. Could also work our science a little bit since Brazil is continuing to focus heavily on its science. Same thing with Hungarian Empire. And then John Curtin as well. So while we are falling a little bit behind there, we're actually going to focus a little bit on the economic aspect of our gameplay. The reason for that is the more we boost our economic gameplay here, the more quickly, because it takes, if we want to take a look here at the cost, it will take, with this type of production of gold, about just around 9 turns per. So that means that the more we boost this up and get this faster and faster, the more we'll be able to actually compensate for that and get them in potentially 8 turns or 7 turns every single time. And that'll help us catch further and further and get closer to the AI. It's what we're looking to do. We will also eventually keep an eye on what's around here. Just take a look around for spaceports. You know, once we start seeing properly a good amount of spaceports going up, we will set those spies up and get them out of there. That way we can kind of go ahead and take control. So once we have this taken care of, we will go from this into Ancestral Hall. That'll be a comfortable setup for us. And Jeonju, let's get this going. That's 8 gold right there. That's a nice chunk of gold. Could buy it. We have plenty of otherwise normal growth. Could actually go with this, and then we will buy that. It's going to boost us a little bit more. I'll leave this guy alive. The reason I want to leave him alive is just in case I need to repair something. If it doesn't get destroyed completely, and then you could utilize them for that. So Brazil's got mountain tunnels, so that'll be a pretty substantial amount of gold income coming from that. And then we'll have this person rest up here, go to sleep, finish turn. Okay, so Tamar's getting hit by a storm here. Tile got damaged. Not worried about that yet. It's likely going to move westbound. And when it does, we'll just have to keep an eye on it just to make sure that doesn't really hurt us too badly. We're 6 turns away from getting this city, so that's good. That's going to put us in a better position. The more cities that we have, the better. We do now have access to picking up fairly quick settler. It's only 8 turns, so it's not that bad. A settler would only cost us 1,400, so that is overall 7 turns of development. That would also be good. That would provide us a nice boost of our gold income as well once we get that harbor up and running. And then we'll put that harbor there, and then we'll put Rainer there, and that will give us a very, very strong harbor. Overall, positioning is good. Once we build more of these research labs will provide us with a point here. So we'll continue to work on that. Yep, that's a problem. So I can eventually, next turn, get them over there and upgrade them to kill that guy, yeah. But I would first need to work on that stuff. 4 turns away from picking up that city. That's going to be nice for us. We'll actually go ahead and just bring this builder down. And then in this city, we do have a library complete, so we can focus on getting some other stuff here. Like these things would be very powerful for us. Currently do not have many means of really good food growth. So we are going to need to consider what options are going to make sense here. We are behind in culture. Appeal here, most of these areas honestly don't really have substantial appeal that would actually benefit us at all. A preserve here wouldn't really do anything for us. I mean, it would help those tiles, but it would have reduced the value of that soon. So let's go ahead and pick up something that's going to take a very small amount of time. So let's get the monuments here, boost up our culture a little bit. Good, and we can bug this guy out. Spy got done doing this counter spy. Let's look around here and just take a quick peek around for any spaceports. I'm not seeing anything being constructed yet, but we will want to keep an eye on that as we get ready into the late game here. Good, so he's not threatening that yet. Let's go ahead and bring this spy elsewhere. Yeah, it'd almost be better to do something like this in a small city. Suwon, that got done with the harbor, perfect. It's also going to help this city grow a nice bit faster. We are getting 250 gold per turn, so that's not too bad. That will improve by 6 with that. I would almost rather us... I mean, if we get this, that would actually be very beneficial for us. We definitely want this city for sure. We'll bring this back a little bit. Overall positioning is pretty good. Got most of the essentials covered. Once we have this city, we'll really be able to capitalize our growth the way we want to. I'm going to bring this guy out now. Come all the way around and upgrade him and then heal him up. Not a concern for now. 2 turns away from that rebellion happening, so that's good. Let's go ahead and just unqueue that. Did get our first research lab up and running, that's good. Of course, Brazil is taking off in science. Same thing with Canada. So we will catch them once we get our research labs up and running. Wish there was something we could produce in this city. This city is just so slow in its overall growth tempo. Couple turns away. I don't really see where Brazil can settle here. Those tiles are all mine, so he can't settle into my tiles. Of course, of all things to happen on top of being, you know, trying to focus our development, we get hit by a lovely flood in a city that we needed that. Lovely. 1 population lost, awesome. 2 tiles damaged, awesome. That didn't get destroyed. That didn't get destroyed. I mean, the food growth is nice, but it's like, didn't really need to get hit by that, but eh. Such is life. Such is life. Do have access to another thing here, so let's actually take a look. Brazil stole that one. No, Canada did. Cool. So Canada kind of dumped its faith into that. Okay. That's not really useful for us. It's not in the least bit useful for us, so we will actually take the invention card off. Since we were trying to go for that other one and it got stolen from us, we'll just take it off. There's absolutely no practical use for it at this stage of the game now. We will take a look at other options. So let's actually go back and see here. Don't really have rainforest tiles. We have one. We actually have two. So that's 800 science. The dam got done there. Good. So at least these cities here on that side can get protected. So we don't need to worry about a major flood. No problem there. Harbor wouldn't really do very much for us. Holy site that would only fulfill like one specific city-state bonus, which I don't need. Now that would be +4. That would actually be excellent. Let's get that up and running. That would actually help us with our culture. We are very far behind on culture, so we will need that. One away from getting another city. Okay, so good to know she does have a small army here. Basically trying to settle a position there. Denouncing me for converting for one of her cities when
An independent city has
those cities of hers have, you know, her own religion. But, hey, you know. Fair enough. Did get that. So we are immediately going to do this. We are going to swap and swap, delete and swap. And then Saloon will go here. And then if I was going to build a harbor, I'd rather build it in a coastline, not a lake, but I digress. A couple things we could do. I mean, one of these cities in the north, we will consider building an industrial zone later on, but not a major concern. Yeah, so let's focus on the Saloon there. The city we will. We just do not have a lot of growth potential right now. We'll bring this over here so we can get another amenity.
A good navy is not a
I
provocation
feel like
to
it's
war.
karmic retribution that Tamara's been getting hit with 2 different natural disasters. It's like she's starting issues, you know, constantly denouncing, and then she has that happen. So I'm taking that back, thanks. Perfect, and we can pick that up. We will get rid of that and put that on. And boost our gold back up again. That's 6 turns away, so that's perfect. Ancestral Hall will be complete, so we will get another free builder on top of that, which will be nice. No, culture yield actually wouldn't be a terribly bad thing for us to do. Is that already a plantation? It's not, no. I think it'd be smarter to make an industry afterwards, not one before, because I don't know if it's going to lock it or just kind of do anything with that. I'm not even sure how that works. Let's make our way back over. finish up this next turn coming up here, and then we will we'll be in a good spot. Okay. Ancestral Hall has been completed. Perfect. We have a nice bounty of gold that we are going to spend. Let's go ahead and see, where do we have universities already built? I'll have to fix that. Seoul has a university, so we will go ahead and purchase that research lab. That's going to get us right back up there in science again. Perfect. And then what we're going to do is we can either keep this, or we can look at some diplomatic cards like Machiavellianism, pick up some, some spies here. That could help us. Do you have another governor title? So we are going to put that into harbor management, or harbor master rather. That way we can make use of that. Once we have that city up and running, we will get that going and be in a much better position. This city now got done with that. So we will go into intelligence agency. Focus on a very, very, very pointed aspect of late game development. Bez, where was that? Going to bring them here, get some more information about what's around us. Good, so we are getting a source of aluminum. Gain sources, let's gain sources first. And then trade routes, trade routes, trade routes. Let's go ahead and have you go here, and then we will get that Seiwon built up sooner. Sooner we do that, the better. Well, we just lost an incredibly critical science city-state. Not even quite sure who destroyed Fez, but it's really kind of annoying. We needed that. Okay, so we are 9 error score away from another normal age. We have just a little under 30 turns left, so we're doing okay. I think positionally, we are close to getting these harbors up and running. That'll be good. Harbor there will help that city get started. This will help this city kind of take care of its housing problem. The housing problem is really what the limiting factor in the city is. Once it has that taken care of, the city will continue to grow much faster. It has plenty of food tiles nearby. These tiles are right now just fantastic. Awesome. See, that is why I built that dam. Another 1,000-year flood, but we were able to protect our tiles here and get a little bit of production out of it as well. Production and like, I think it was like, what, 1 production and 1 food? So let's take you to that. That'll really help the city get a little bit more production, save us potentially a couple more turns. We have 4 envoys available. Good, but a couple into that. That'll help. And then we'll hold on to the rest that we have. Built that, so we have one in the north. Also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's in range as well. Cool. Gold production went way down. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. Yeah, losing Fez was not good. I don't know who exactly stole that. I'm not seeing it. But whoever stole it is I'm not very happy with. Did get a trade route done, so that city is going to be able to take care of some of its growth that it needs. Perfect. We are 5 turns away from getting rocketry going. That's good. Then we can start building our spaceports. The more of the spaceports we build, the better. Main reason for that is that way we can get this going. That'll actually help us a lot because then it will reveal everything in the map, and then that'll allow us to know what city-states are available still for us to get going. Perfect. So we are one turn away from getting our settler. We now have a harbor completed. Perfect. That'll help us as well. Just keep working on those various bonuses. That'll just make a big difference for us as well. Let's get that. And I think, everyone, this is a really good stopping point for this episode. We've gotten quite a bit far. Picked up a lot of different things that we're going to need, and we're kind of in a really good position here. Yes, we lost Fez, which we needed that. That's not a good one to lose. But at least we have Anshan, which is near us, and we can protect it. So if somebody does decide to declare war against it, we can protect it a little bit better. Still sending this guy over. Positionally speaking, we got our normal age. We are getting closer to picking up, another normal age, so we're good there. We are getting closer to getting this city properly built with our Seiwun, since we converted the city finally. We met that objective finally. We got that city. Next thing on the menu, essentially, get the settler over here, build this city, get this going. That's another city with a good setup here that we can kind of develop, and that'll help our science output, and then we'll start to get more competitive with the AI, and then we'll be in a good spot overall. All right, everyone, I want to thank you again for your time. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more daily content. Keep the videos coming. All right, you'll have a good one. SpeeDMan out.